Hey Aquarius, what's up? So, in this reading, I received 3 different dreams on the morning of July 18th, 2022. Okay? It has to do with the Lionsgate portal from 2017. Okay? It is around, they called that and that was a solar eclipse. Okay, so they called that the Great Release. That was 4 years ago. So the dream I had is kind of explaining to you what you've been going through since that time. Okay, if you are not on a spiritual journey, spiritual path, mission, if your business isn't in like a way shower or trailblazer type of energy, this is not going to be the reading for you. But you are completely welcome to stay. Okay. If you're interested in just the process of dream decoding, okay, and then also the process of, because I had to set this down. I talked with one of my mentors, and then I came back to it and I did some more research, and then I was able to receive more downloads as well. And then it's like the puzzle pieces came to me. So today is actually July 20th. All right. So, which is interesting. It took me 3 days, right, to because I say the 18th and 19th and the 20th, because I basically had to use this whole day to also get the information as well. So it took me like 3 days to decode this and understand it. And and I labeled it Dream 3. So the number 3 is super important, and you also see why it's super important when I get into the decoding of the dream and like what it means for you, and what Yeshua, okay, Jesus Christ is coming in, Christ consciousness is coming in to trying to teach us. And also sources is like he says what's the word, presiding over the reading. Okay, so I love that as well. That's like powerful energy. And so before we get super started, I want to go ahead and invoke the Holy Spirit to come in and bless this reading and to cover everyone who comes to view this reading. Yes. It's up to you how you want to say it. I just say so be it. If you want to say amen, go ahead and do that. But yes. All right. So you're connected above, you're connected below, within and without. Yes. Feel that star energy within your heart, that pure white light just expanding out. Okay. Expand it as much as you can so you can align to the energies of this reading. And again, I don't know why I know why I'm saying this, because I was, there's different levels. We're all at different levels on our journey, right? In our process of awakening. And some of us are at the very, very, very beginning. And so if anything that I've said so far does not make sense to you, then this is not your reading. Okay. But again, you're welcome to stay if your heart really feels like you should be here. Okay. Yeah, because that's also kind of a part of what this is as well. All right, because remember, it's the great release, and whenever we're releasing blockages that keep us from seeing the truth, right? So if you're feeling called to stay, then the intention is to help you to release anything that's stopping you from seeing your heart's true desire and being able to manifest that, co-create with the universe, with the divine, and embody your higher self in all moments, time and space. Yes. So I'm already starting to channel. All right, I channel, guys, so you know that. We will get into the cards afterwards, so go ahead and I will ding the bell, because there you got to get your water. We will take a break during this too, before I get into the cards, so you guys go to the bathroom or whatever. I don't know why I feel like this is live. It's so funny because it's not live, but I feel like it's alive. Isn't that interesting? Okay, that's so interesting. So maybe we're just precogging what's to come. Yes, yes, and yes. So now remember the number 3, and then remember the solar eclipse was 4 years ago, so that is 7. Okay, so that is alignment, that is chariot energy, that's divine alignment, alignment with source, alignment with your divine destiny. That is also movement forward. And also remember that we are talking about what has been happening since 2017 up into this point here. Okay. And the interesting thing is when I wrote down the 2017 and the Lionsgate portal, I wrote down the 8 as a percentage sign, and then the second 8 as a regular number 8. So I'm not exactly sure what that means quite yet, but I am seeing that the 20 with the 17 equals an 8, and then the percentage sign is an 8, and then that's another 8. So you guys may have been seeing triple 8s lately. I actually saw triple 8s when I was making my water. Okay, so I'm going to ding the bell, and I forgot I was called to tell you guys how I prepare for the reading, some of how I prepare for the reading. So let me just ding the bell. Yeah. So I'm being asked to activate your hand chakras right now. So I feel like there's just a deeper sense of connection that's needed. So if you guys, if you accept that deeper connection in the energies, and I also feel like what's going to be happening is your light body is going to be getting cleared during this time as well, because usually with the selenite, I put it, sorry, that's like, yeah, anyway, I put the selenite back here, like behind my book, but they wanted me to put it in front of my book, and my hands keep going to it. So I feel that during this time, this is also going to be an activating reading. Okay, anytime Spirit has me come to the table to tell you about a dream and to decode it for you, and then to bring in the whole meaning and everything, you are getting activated, you are getting cleared, you are getting some kind of an upgrade, okay? Because your attention, your focus is on, 1, my voice, and 2, on the information that is being said. All right. Yes, yes, and yes. So there's one other thing I have to preface with that. So after the reading, make sure that you drink a glass of water, all right, and that you go ground your energy. So you go touch a tree, you work with your grounding crystals. This is socialite and tourmaline. You go and you can use this is just a level up from selenite, okay? Or you can just, go outside. Touching a tree with my left hand seems to be the best way for me to ground after reading, so that might be the optimal for you guys. The Flower of Life symbol is now being imprinted on your palms in gold, okay? So just feel that energy. That's powerful. Feel that energy coming through. It's actually like I feel the energy being pulled from out of the body and out of the hands. Okay, so right now, Source is clearing us. Okay, yes, I'm a divine, clear channel, clear and precise channel. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay. So I always do a candle most of the time. It just depends. Like if I'm doing the shorter readings, then I won't do the candle, guys. But the candle that I use to prepare the tea light, I have it sitting in a Sardix Onyx. So it's this energy, it's clearing it, it's balancing the candle and the energy coming out of the candle. And in the tea light is jasmine, yarrow, juniper berry, and what else did we put in it? Hold on. I know we put 4 in there, so did I say all 4? Oh, Angelica root. Sorry, guys. So that's been kind of a theme going on with those. And so the candle, the intention for the candle is peace, protection, of course, prosperity, okay, with that jasmine in there as well. But also to clear the mental body, all right, with Angelica root, to clear any illness from the physical body, whether it be seated in deep emotions or and programs and beliefs, your mental body, okay? Yes, yes, and yes. So all the times the energies are being amplified in the reading, okay, by my energy and your energy, right? Where two or more are gathered, there I am. Yes, yes. And I'm also being asked to let you know what the drink is that I prepared today. So it kind of looks like this. And because I have to get more regular basil leaves. Yeah. So there's basil in there. There is peppermint, spearmint, lemon, verbena. There's jasmine and passion fruit green tea. All right, and also turmeric. Okay, so I'm not a nurse. I'm not a physician or anything like that. So if you feel called to, prepare a drink like this or use any of those kind of herbs in your drink, for it's basically it's protecting your inner body, and also by ingesting these things, it's also cleansing your light body as well with the spearmint and the peppermint, okay, and the lemon. Yeah, and it's also like spiritual protection as well, drinking this. And it's with the turmeric, it's releasing any signs of inflammation, again, any illness, okay? Yeah. I don't know why, but they're like share, okay? So we are, all right? And I think that might be with like somewhat of what's different between my my readings, my channelings, than other people, because I'm here to activate you to your fullest power, right? So that you can stand in your full light and not be feel any kind of way about who you are. All right, it's this energy of the phoenix coming in very strongly, and the phoenix burns away anything that would stop it from completely transforming. And that also is caring about what other people think about your gifts, talents, skills, whether they be spiritual, physical, mental, whatever level they lie, okay? And also, we always burn basil incense for Aquarius. I'm not exactly sure why, but Spirit wants me to mention that to you guys as well. All right. All right. I just heard amplifying protection, purification, and prosperity. Okay. So, yeah. Because there's this other thing. Another reason why I've come to Aquarius is so that you guys can manifest your businesses, okay? That you can be able to cross that bridge and leave the matrix completely, all right? And this is something that I'm also in the process of doing myself. So within this it's kind of like, I don't know, it's interesting. It's kind of like we just enrolled into spiritual school if you if you got called to these readings, okay? Especially the ones that are like this, that are like very spiritual, and it's not about like day-to-day stuff. It's more about your mission, okay, and your destiny, the reason why you're here, your psychic gifts, okay, spiritual gifts, psychic gifts, that kind of thing. All right, so if you were still here at this reading, I think maybe that's why. We had to go into all of that so that anybody who like it, kind of like was like, oh, this is not for me, click off, right? That kind of a thing. I think that's why we kind of went into all of that, to make it known and shown who we are. All right, so that's also for you, okay? I think we talked about this in a couple of readings, in showing who you are, not hiding who you are, taking off the mask, taking off the cloaks, and just shining, this kind of thing. So I'm just gonna tell you a gist of what the dream was, and then we're gonna break it down. Now remember that when Source Spirit, your guides, when they come to you, they're going to come to you with symbols that you can understand, that you can decode, so that you can get the deeper message, you can get the activation in it. All right. So when I tell you this dream, this is dealing with my family, because that's how I can understand the symbols. Okay. Yes, yes. But we're going to decode it together, so that way you can understand why I'm sitting here at this table sharing it with you today, which actually is in the evening time. So that's also another important aspect of everything that's happening, especially because we're talking about the solar eclipse energy that came in from August 8th of 2017 that was basically initiated the Great Release. Okay? Yes. Release of separation. Okay. So Alea's grandmother said, are you going to write about the 8th rite? Okay. It's about love attachments. She wanted to show me the video she created. I started to blow it off. Then she said, did you read what I wrote in response to your writing on the first rite? Then she handed me my device and I to watch her movie. She said the movie is about the 8th rite, love attachments. So Alea is my daughter, okay? So which is so significant, because not only is she's my daughter, and also Sarah, okay? Sarah, what came to me when I did this was the name Sarah, because also Sarah also means daughter as well, okay? And Sarah means goddess as well. And as I was like going through this, I said, okay, what am I missing? What am I not seeing? And Spirit showed me the the 8H, which is like realization. It's also the seed mantra that means mother of all. It's the first letter of the Sanskrit alphabet. All right. And and it also is this energy of the goddess, like the goddess energy, the feminine aspect of energy. And then so I looked up what SAR is, and in Hebrew it means prince, and prince, Prince of Peace, Yeshua, okay, Jesus Christ, masculine principle. So when I said, okay, Alea is daughter is also means Sarah, and got the confirmation of this energy of my daughter representing divine union. Okay, so this is the start of you coming into divine union with source, with your energy, with your feminine and masculine energy. 2017 of August 8th, Flying Gate energies. Okay, so this is like you're activated to the order. Okay, which that came through in a second. And so rites, this is RITES. This is rites of passage. This is access. This is initiation. This is upgrading your DNA, upgrading your energy, preparing you to be able to be a co-creator, right, of your reality. You being able to have access to your goddess gifts, your spiritual gifts and talents that allow you to create from a place of true presence, true compassion, and true integrity, right? True honesty. Yes. And rites of passage is stripping one role to be given a new role. All right. So you guys might have, during this time, this pandemic and stuff, there was like the Great Resignation. So that's kind of that's a rite of passage, when you decide that you are going to stop living a double life and you're just going to fully embody your presence. There are some of us here that have, dual missions, where we are put into certain organizations and we're meant to, activate people. But the time is coming to where we no longer have to serve in that way. We can be fully who we are. We don't have to hide, right? That kind of energy. So then, so that was the rites. And then there's this inner, what really stood out to me is that the grandmother, so also the grandmother, she's representing Anna, Jesus's grandmother, okay? And so a lot of people don't know that Yeshua, he was first guided by his grandmother, and she stayed with him until the very end as well. There's, I think it's the Voices of Ages, they have Anna writes about, there's a channeled book, right, that Anna writes about her interpretation of Ben Joseph, as she lovingly calls him, all right, and of how she saw, you know, the whole path and everything like that. So it's very interesting to see someone else's take on it that is not in the Bible, because as you guys know, the only like a woman of like superpower in the Bible was Eve, and even that was like stripped away and all that stuff, blah blah blah. Okay, so I don't mean to disrespect anybody or anything like that by saying it like that. It's just, that's a whole nother thing, all right? Yes. And so the writing that the grandmother, she took time to respond to something that I had originally wrote, okay? So I just heard the Dead Sea Scrolls and that kind of a thing. So but this is talking, writing is releasing, it's also coding, it's also expression, it's also affirmation and decrees, right? When you are scripting, okay, you are making a decree, okay, to the universe about what it is that you want to co-create with the universe. You are commanding the universe to make something so, right? And so that's like really important. And I feel in this energy, and what's actually starting to come through is that a lot of the work that you've been doing, you have learned how to master the writing of your affirmation, master the writing of your decree, master being confident in commanding your supply, you know, from the universe. Because if you don't believe it's so, if you're not confident about what you're asking for, then one, it may not come in, or two, it will be delayed, okay? So that Knight of Pentacles thing, where you may have been trying to do something and it just wasn't coming in type of energy, but you've been learning how to tune in again to your divine feminine, your high priestess energy, so that way you can get the right action, the right word, you know, the right wording. Sometimes you have to put in there, I am grateful. Sometimes you have to say, I give thanks. Sometimes you don't have to use any of that, and you have to say it in a very, write it in a very distinct way of what it is. You know, sometimes you need to use I am before you start it. So all of these things is going to depend, it's going to be a little bit different for each and every one of you, because your blueprint is different. Your purpose is different. And I don't mean purpose as in like I come here to align and be happiness, but what you came here to create, what you came to bring into vision and then make manifest on the earth is different. Okay? Yes, yes. And this is why you guys are trailblazers, you're leaders and you're way showers, because you are starting, it's like you're starting movements, revolutions, okay? You know, new products, new programs, things, something that somebody is not doing, you are going to do, all right? It's going to be in a different way, a different twist, right? You know, these kinds of things, yeah. Show me the lemon twist. Let's do shots. No, I'm kidding. All right. Okay. So, and then, the next thing in here that really stood out was, she said, did you read what I wrote to your response? So the writing, but then it was like the response, like she responded. And so this is just confirmation that you're a first responder, that you are a leader of the next wave of light workers to come in. So there's also this energy of a switching out, okay, a switching out of roles. There are the light workers that came before us, healers that came before us, they're going into like an age of like rest, okay, and retirement. And now there's a new wave, you, that is being awakened, all right, and activated fully, so that way you can start to seed heaven on earth. Okay, yes, yes, and create these communities and you know, help help bring people up, okay? Yes, yes, yes. And a hand to hold, all right? So it's like, if you can imagine like Yeshua or another like Buddha or someone holding their hand, they're like in the cloud and they're like holding their hand down to you and they're like, take my hand, I'm going to help you up. You know, that kind of energy. Yes. Also to like pay it forward kind of energy too, as well, as coming through. And so also a change in the code, a shift, right? And there's something with the eyes, definitely with the third eye, that is going to get really cleared, but also come into balance, because they keep showing me eyes with limes on it, and limes for me represent alkaline and bringing your body into balanced alkaline balance. And when you do that, you come into a state of ease. All right. When you are in an alkaline state, there's no inflammation in your body, and then physical disease disappears, right? But this all starts with you reprogramming your thoughts and beliefs. All right. That's the shifting code. That's the change in code. So the next thing that came up was the first rite, okay, the first rite of passage. So immediately when I wrote that down, I heard Eve, and then I heard who she was second, but she became first, right? Because they kind of wrote out the first Lilith, they wrote her out, right? And think of this as all symbols, guys, all right? Think of it as all symbols. So now, yeah, and so now it's this energy of holding the self, and it says being birthed out of the age of Eve. Now, don't alarm. This was definitely a trigger when I heard this, and it said the unclean one. All right. And the reason why this is it's holding self and unforgiving the cause, right? So Eve is representing uncleanness because she decided to, she didn't trust, okay? And that's a symbology of it, right? She didn't trust, and technically, right, or not technically, but you know, just based on the Bible, she's the reason, the cause for separation. Now remember, none of this is like, it's all symbolic, all right? So we're not like bashing Eve or bashing woman or anything like that, but it's just the symbology of it, and that's what separated, that's what got us out of the garden, got humanity, technically, remember, this is all symbology, out of heaven, and now in the age of Adam, right, where it's the age of the ego. Can you guys get that, right? Yeah, where the two, where now they were separated from the one, right? They were no longer the chariot, if you think of it like that. The masculine and the feminine, the 3 and the 3, right, become the 6. And then when you're aligned with source, there's the 1, and that's the chariot, the 7. They were living in untruth. They were living in fear. They were living in illusion and delusion. They didn't know their godly power. They were separated from it, right? Because of the falling asleep, right? Kind of energy. So that age is being done. That age is done. So this is also confirmation, right, of the end of the age of Pisces, and us coming into the age of Aquarius, all right? So then, hold on, I didn't realize, I'm so sorry that I'm like chewing this gum like that, so I just took it off. I apologize. Yeah, so now there's this energy, right? The first rite, it says initiation. There it goes, initiation into the order. Now guys, a lot of this stuff was just channeled to me, so I'm just reading it back from when I wrote it down. So this is initiation into the order. And later on, when I had to come back to it later on today, I, in parentheses, this is your activation into the way shower, into the trailblazer. So what you've been doing like these past 4 years, particularly, is really releasing the fear, getting to the seed point. So this is where you guys have been breaking generational curses, getting the programs out of your entire bloodline, so that way it no longer is seeded, into and to the children to come. Because remember, you are going to be like, you know, the leaders for the next wave, right? For the next wave of light workers and healers that are going to be coming in and teaching people how to create their reality and to seed heaven on earth, right? If you kind of bring it back down to that, it's all about becoming the best version of you, which is you becoming your highest self, and then you using your abilities and powers with the intention of the highest good for all, and then creating heaven on earth for yourself, but also by doing that, you creating heaven on earth for those you are in contact with and in contract with, right? Okay. Yeah. So I didn't know what when at the 8th right, it didn't come all the way, right? All I could think about is like Leo, and I thought about ego death, but I couldn't. I was like, what are these rites? Because I didn't know, you know. I've been initiated into the Moon Key rites, so I'm familiar with that. And I was like, well, what is this? What are these rites, you know? And, you know, the virtues, I'm like, what are these rites? And so I needed to set it down for a second. And the thing that came to me is I wrote about the first rite and then went right to the 8th rite, right? It just jumped. And for me, that's 7, right? And that was a quantum leap. So something is, and it might not even be, I do feel this is coming. I feel like there's going to be, and there is, okay, because we got more of it. There's going to be another like leap. There's going to be, it's going to be very quick, and it's going to like put you into alignment like that, like boom, okay, you're into full alignment. All right. Like if you're doubting yourself, it's gone. You know, any addictions, habits, it's gone. You know, it's a spontaneous healing type of energy. All right. And this is done through your belief and your faith and your acceptance and trust. All right. Yeah. So that's what I had got. But okay. I'm just trying to see if they want me to talk about it right now. Okay, yes, okay. So what I heard this morning, it just came in. It was like, test trials are almost over. And I was like, what is going on? What? Test trials are almost over. I didn't understand what that meant. And so I was like, okay, so I just kind of left it there. So we're going to leave it there for a second because I got to go through this other stuff before we get back to it. Okay, guys? Yes. So then we went to just like the 8th, and again, this is strength and justice. So this past 4 years, and for some of you guys, maybe even 8 years or 11 years, right? You have been balancing out your life. You have been getting rid of the people or relationships have been falling away that don't serve you, jobs, beliefs, programs, thoughts. You've been healing, you know, father wounds, mother wounds. You've been healing family wounds. You've been healing self wounds. Like you have been really going through this, and you've had to cultivate an inner strength that is godlike. Okay, so a lot of you, Archangel Michael has been either your primary guide or has been on your guidance team, or is one of your primary on your angelic council, right? So it's this energy, right, of just the truth. So this is clearing of the veils, and this is also this energy of your throat chakra really activating so that you can open and receive God's supply, never-ending abundant supply. Yes. And then the video that the video, and I was like, I don't want to watch this video. And it's like the video, but video is documentation, explanation, is also activation. I believe you guys might have watched someone reading when I told you that, like videos, movies, that some movies are really activations, okay? Some movies are really activations to activate you to your mission, because remember, everything is code. Everything is code. Everything is symbology, especially because of other forces that would want to stop, you know, want to stay in the fear, stay in the ego, because they don't want to lose control over the masses type of energy, you know. And it's greed, it's gluttony, that kind of stuff, you know. But all of that is ending. There's like, it's like no choice, you know, kind of thing in today's energy, right? So, and that's not meant to scare anybody. Remember, all this is, it's symbolic. And if you're watching this reading and you're still here while I'm going through this, this means that you've answered the call and you understand this, and you're not fearing. You're not in a place of fear, because you've just spent the last 4 to 11 years clearing it. Okay. Yes, like deep shadow work, like yes, I can teach this, you know, type of energy, like so confident because you've done it over and over again. So this is also talking about cycles that they didn't end because there was something that you still needed to learn in it, and so it just came back in a deeper lesson or an expanded lesson. And some of you might feel the pain was more, you know, this kind of a thing, right, where you had to really take home that lesson and end that cycle. So that's the other thing that's going to be happening, is because remember I told you we are preparing for this year's Lionsgate, so there is going to be cycles that are going to be ending for good, right? Things that have just plagued you that are going to be ending. And also that came up, Job has been coming up a lot in this energy of, I am going to repay to you the years that the locusts have eaten. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So then it's the watching. Okay, the watching, we know there's watchers, right? Hi black helicopters. You know, and then like these, like I don't even know, like I'm not even gonna like get all the way into it, you know what I mean, like I'm not even gonna, but you know that. And so, but this right here, this is also that your eyes are clearing and clarity, and also this energy of cleansing and cleansing. We talked about cleansing the feet in the other reading, right? That came through really strongly. We've been talking about washing your floors, sweeping, cleaning your floors, cleaning the energy in, you know, in your homes, in your workspaces, in your mind, clearing your mental energy, clearing your emotional body, you know, releasing resentment through the act of radical forgiveness. Okay, Ho'oponopono prayer coming in, you know, please forgive me, I am sorry, I love you, thank you, and I like to add, I am grateful. Okay, so doing this work and making it a part of like your daily or weekly regimen, or you guys creating programs around this work and that kind of a thing, right? Where people have been watching you. And also I feel like the ones who you don't think are watching are the ones that are watching the most. Okay, and so that's confirmation for some of you guys who I'm getting this twin flame energy of separation and stuff like that. Like if you are posting on social media, best believe that they're watching, okay? And however they are getting to it, but best believe that that is true. And that's why you might still feel them like lurking a little bit, or you might feel that when you speak to them, for some of you guys who are still in contact with your flames or are still on that journey, you may feel that there's things they're not telling you, you know, that kind of stuff and everything like that, because you just you feel it. You're super psychic, okay? Like you're just like, yeah, okay. So after all of that stuff, all right, so you guys, you're good, right? Like here we go. So now I was getting, I heard love attachments, and I was like, love attachments. And so I said love attachments is like soul bonds, crown attachments, and inner child. Now this is from my own experience for what I had to clear, right? And so soul bonds coming in, they explained to me, all right, twin flames, karmic contracts, and soul ties. All right, so you know that if you've been on a twin flame journey, that you have had to do hella healing. And you also know that that has activated you, right? Like for a lot of you who resonate with that, that's the reason why you even started a spiritual journey, is because of that twin flame healing that was needed. You went to go find yourself, right? And then now you're doing yoga, right? Or now you're teaching it, this kind of thing. Now you don't eat meat anymore, these kinds of things. And all of this was preparing you for this what is about to come. Okay, for your next position, your next role. Yes, yes, and yes. And so the trial period, it's almost like initiations, it's almost this is y'all are there playing with us now, right? Is this energy of like, all right, we're going to give it to you, we're going to see what you do with it, and depending on what you do with it, we will either give you more, okay, or we will set you up to where this will be your permanent position, okay? So there's kind of that energy coming in, because remember, we have free will. You, at any point in time, you can say no to a portal. You can say no to a contract. You do not have to take it. You can say no to raising into 5D. Like, you can say no to all of that. You can say, no, I want to stay in my twin flame journey. Or you can say, I'm done. You know what I mean? So in any of that energy, this is where it's, I don't want to say the word test, but that from my upbringing, okay, I was raised Baptist, that's what's coming to mind is a test of faith. But really, thank you, Yeshua, he's correcting me, it really is a building of faith. It is strengthening your faith to where that that you can walk on fire and your feet will not be burned, okay, type of energy. Like, that is the kind of faith that you are cultivating and strengthening and developing, because whatever this next role is, you cannot waver. Okay, you cannot waver, you cannot waver, you cannot waver, you cannot deny who you are, you cannot deny your gifts. Like, once you step through this door, once you accept this role, this position, which I feel like a lot of you already have, is you're not gonna be able to waver. And yes, you're gonna be combated with some of that negativity and some of that pessimism energy, right? But this is only because you're going to be shining so damn bright that people are not going to help but to notice you, but to see you. All right, and then they're going to want to know who you are. They're going to want to know how you did it. They're going to want to know what your program is about, what your services are. And then when you tell them, you have to stand firm in your heart on who you are and what you offer. Okay. And there's also this energy of doing it from compassion and a childlike mind, right? To where it's not this arrogant energy or anything like that. It's fully compassionate, fully humble of the grace that's been bestowed to you, okay? And this is also God coming in and trusting you to always set your intentions for the highest good of all. Not of me, not of we, not of my family, of all. Because that's oneness. That's, Christ consciousness. That's when you recognize that you are a vessel for, Source to work through. And Source is, it's been decided. Earth is going to be heaven. It has been decided. There's no more of this Sodom and Gomorrah energy. Okay? Yes, yes, and yes. I love it. So then, so you guys, I'm sure you guys know about karmic contracts, soul ties, that kind of thing, and what you've had to do with that. So now the crown attachments. So this crown attachments, was definitely a form of energy vampirism, all right, where it was stopping your connection to Source. And it was, again, that King of Swords type of energy where they were doing mind control. All right, someone who keeps, playing at your heartstrings or your emotions, and it doesn't have to be a masculine energy. It could be, whatever they were to you, and but it's stopping your transformation. It's stopping you from up leveling. Okay, and actually that came in too. Hold on, let me find it, because that came in a little bit later on. That came into that, the second part of that came in today. All right, we'll find it when we need to. So yeah, it was stopping you from having your full transformation, from fully embodying your highest self, right? Or for accepting the call to start the journey to embody your highest self. Because we all know that you don't just like wake up all one day and you're fully integrated. That's like a no. There's definitely children that have been born, especially children born in 2020 and 2021 that are fully embodying their higher self. Okay, yes, but the people I'm talking to here today, we have had to do the work to integrate, right? Yes. So this is also leeches and succubus energy. All right, so leeches, there's been okay, I'm understanding this. There's been with the blood. There's been a contamination. Thank you. There's been a contamination with the blood through, through vaccines and things like this. Some of us, we have been chartered to take the vaccines, so that way these energies can get, they're saying the word. It's like, okay, so that the cure, can get coded into the DNA and also get passed down in the bloodline. Okay, so then these diseases will be no more, because as we procreate, as you have a baby, if you're a light worker who is chartered with getting the vaccine, then when you have your baby, you've already like decoded that, right, that energy to where it can't affect you anymore, and you're basically carrying the cure. Okay, and so that will get seeded to your baby, and then okay, blah 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 blah. Okay, that kind of thing. Again, remember when I say that, I'm not trying to discount the work that any of you guys are doing, because I know that it is it's not light work. Like, that's another thing, right? Like, it's like, yeah, it's light work. No, it's not light work. We lovingly call it that, but we know that this is like, this is for the heavy hitters type of thing, right? This is for the people who are like, I will never give up. I will never give up. I will never stop serving my mission. That kind of energy, in whatever form that is for you. Okay, whatever form that is for you, because you believe in your power, and you believe in the power of one to be able to co-create heaven on earth. Okay, and for everyone to have that power, not just a elite group of people, but all of us. Okay, yes. So all right, succubus energy. So a lot of us, okay, and I gotta say like this, a lot of us are succubus, okay? Because we're highly empathic. We're very emotional, especially if you have Cancer in your chart. All right, if you have that in your chart and it's like really strong in your chart, then just know that at some point in time you were the emotionally manipulator, right? Yes, you were. And we've had to get a handle on that as well, and that's just healing that inner child, okay, and healing the inner child and learning to surrender control. Okay, so that's a lot of what you guys have been doing, what I've been doing these past 4 years, is surrendering control. Yes and yes. So also, the other thing that came through was the love attachment trauma bonding, right? So healing that as well, and releasing the bond, the cord, the tie, the hook, all right, that wherever that may be, and it may be in a bunch of different places. It's not always, a lot of you guys have experienced sexual abuse, so it's not always in the sacral chakra. It could be in other places, the root chakra, this kind of thing. Of course, the crown chakra. It could be in any of your chakras, but those are the chakras that it's been the most, and also the back of the throat. But all of this has has been healed and is in the last legs of healing out, of releasing. All right, and that's why you guys have been feeling better and better and better, and you've been feeling like more renewed, you know. And or if you're not feeling renewed, you're just feeling more at peace, and you're just like, okay, I'm ready for you know, whatever, I'm ready. You're prepared. Okay, yes. And so that also is saying, if you're not feeling like that, then buckle down, okay? Because even these energies are going to be coming in on August 8th, but there's going to be like a transition in October, all right, right before the 11/11 portal gateway, okay? Yeah, October 11th is going to be dumb important, okay, of this year, guys. So, and then when yeah, so then I heard reformed, transformed, and then I saw the butterfly and I saw the dragonfly, right? Yeah, somebody's like, "Are you going to do cards?" We may have to do a second reading. What time is it? 49. I got to get through this. They want me to get through this, and then we might do the cards after. I might have to do a second reading for the cards. But I feel like okay, let's stop. I digress. So then I saw a butterfly and a dragonfly. So the butterfly, we know, is transformation. Other interpretations are also spiritual rebirth, transformation, change, hope, which is you guys, number 17, Aquarius energy, and life. Okay, so that's what the butterfly represents. And then the dragonfly represents change, transformation, adaptability, and self-realization. So what I feel is happening is that we are actually coming from the butterfly and becoming the dragonfly, to where we are getting this insane ability to adapt, like super adapt. So this is also this energy of you guys experiencing multiple quantum leaps, multiple reality shifts, like daily. Okay, like it's speeding up. It was slow, but it's been speeding up, especially these last 6 to 7 months, 8 months. Okay, 6, 7, 8. All right, it's a process. It's been speeding up, and so what's coming is this self-realization, this enlightenment. Okay, this enlightenment is like it's, if you had any doubt of who you are and what your capabilities are and how to use them, and to create, to integrate fully with your higher self, on a daily, like that's just how you walk, right? And then also to create the life of your dreams, heaven on earth, and then to help other people create it too. Again, 3, all right? Manifestation. Powerful. So that is what's coming to you guys. And there's this energy that came in of I said go to the jelly beans. So I had another dream too, but that was for Sagittarius. So I did that one, and the jelly beans, talked about the jelly beans fell into my pocketbook, and it was a bunch of colorful jelly beans. My pocketbook was heavy, and there's this energy of overflow of alignment, okay? Heavy overflow of alignment and abundance in all ways. You know, all of the different colors representing the different colors of the rainbow, and then in the pocketbook representing your cup overflowing. Blessings always overflow for me, and you stepping into that vibration. There is no doubt. My blessings always overflow. All right. So this is huge. So this preparing time. So also, again, it's coming up August 8th. If you do not have the day off, make space if you can, because you're going to be getting upgrades and downloads, and you're going to need to be in meditation. You're going to need to be either by water, you know, in the woods, whatever Mother Earth setting you need to be at, and definitely tap in, because if you are called to go to a certain location, that's going to be dumb important for you, okay, and for the collective. All right, yes. So yeah, and then what came through is, oh, okay, yeah. So the 8th right. Oh, this is powerful, guys. This is so powerful. So the 8th right. I was just like, okay, let me do this, because I was kind of avoiding this. I was like, where are you? I said, we going down the rabbit hole, and you taking me down the rabbit hole, like. And so so for me, doubt started setting in, and I'm like, is this my ego? Because this looked like over analyzing to me. This looked like too much, right? And they're just reassuring me, no, this is it. So I'm like, okay, all right. So I looked up 8 rites of passage so that I could find which, what religion or spirituality, or what, education, what have you, was the 8 rites, right? And I couldn't find any, but what came up was a book, and the book was called Phoenix. Okay, now I've been seeing the word Phoenix all over the place. The Phoenix has been coming and been burning inside of me. Okay, so I was like, oh, this is it, because it says Phoenix. The 8 rites of passage, enduring transformation. All right, I was like, whoa, that's the book. So I did the Kindle so that I could read it. It's by Nathaniel Hodges. All right, so Nathaniel might be super important as well. That might resonate with you guys in some way, shape, or form. I didn't get guided to research anything on the name, or anything like that. So if you are feeling called to do that work, go ahead and dive in. And also, I want to say, if there's anything here that you feel you want to go deeper on that I've mentioned, please follow that. All right, it's your soul is calling you. There's healing there for you, there's medicine for you, and you going deeper into the meaning of something that has hit for you. Okay, so in this book, it's Nathaniel's talking about his rites of passage, the different experiences that he did to go through these 8 awakenings. Okay, and this is this up leveling. And so the 8th rite of passage for Nathaniel was when he no longer needed a partner. He was in a relationship. The relationship was going good, but he had no like inspirational passion to be in a like romantic relationship. He said it became so good that they became friends, and they're still friends to this day. But he said, I need to find who I am. All right, so does that sound familiar? Right, I need to find who I am. So this energy of him feeling so fulfilled by himself, right? And him being on that journey, and actually seeing that having the partner was stunting his growth and stopping him from coming to full chrysalis. Okay, and so chrysalis, I like, you have an understanding of what it is, but I looked it up. Okay, so there's 4 stages of chrysalis. It's the egg, which is like the embryo stage, and then the second is the caterpillar. The third, okay, here we go, number 3 is chrysalis. Remember I told you that 3 was super important? There it is again. And then the 4 is the final adult. Now remember, in my dream, it was all about the rites of passage. And the rites of passage, when you're talking about in psychology, they talk about the child going to this and the child going to that, and then the last is the adolescent going to the adult. Okay, so this is this energy of your learning stage, your practicing stage of practicing your energy and your techniques, and gaining your confidence to be mentor, teacher, guide, healer, musician, writer, poet, whatever it is that you're doing for yourself and the collective is about to be over. Okay, that part is about to be over. You're about to be shot into whatever it is you're supposed to be. So you think about the person who's written the book and is now being interviewed by people, I want to say people like us, but not even in that interesting. They're showing me it's what's his name, Thomas Lewis. is it Thomas Lowe's or Lewis? I forget. It's one of them, or Reality Revolution, Brian Scott. It's like you being on one of those shows and you being interviewed asking, because they read your book and now they're asking you about the book. You being invited to conferences to speak about your book. You being invited to different workshops to teach your book. Okay, this is just an example. Okay, because you see the levels in it. Okay, yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's what Okay, so get ready for it. Get ready for it. And so the chrysalis it's the hard outer shell. So this is so interesting. Let me tell you something. So I was having a hard time. I was like, when I heard unclean one, I was like, I am not doing this. I am not going on YouTube talking about this. I am not. And Michael was like, it must be done. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay. And so I'm writing down these last bits of stuff that's coming in as I was getting these downloads. And I had my refrigerator open at the same time. Because we just came in the house and I was putting away. Actually, I was saging my groceries before I put them into the refrigerator. And I just heard this dripping. And I have a plastic thing in my refrigerator that catches the water because it drips. And then it becomes this huge ice thing, right? And I realized I had the refrigerator open for so long that my freezer was defrosting, and that was the drip. And so it was so important when I wrote this outer shell, the splitting of the chrysalis, because that is your armor. That's that cloak. Okay, that's that mask. It's melting off. It's coming off, where you are going to show your true self in all facets of your life. Okay, if you're working right now in the matrix, you are going to show your true self in the matrix. Like you're like, no, it's everything is coming off. The gloves are coming off. Okay, it's freehand. Okay, let me tell you something. I don't really that came through, but because just to understand it, right? Like that's how much you're just like, no, I'm going to be who I am. Okay, type of energy. And yeah, and the other part of this is said in the slow unfolding of the wings. So I feel like the chrysalis, like the splitting of the chrysalis, is the ice melting in the refrigerator, right? So you have the doorway, the portals have been open. It's been opening up the refrigerator. It's been opening you up. It's been clearing your chakras, right? Clearing the blockages. That's the melting of the ice. It's been clearing it up. That's the splitting of the chrysalis, right? And so it's been doing this. It's been getting you because you've been slowly, Knight of Pentacles coming back again, opening up your wings so that you can fly, right? So that you can see, I am capable. I can do this. I can make this dream become a reality. I can do this, So it's that time that you were needed to grow into this confidence, right? And to fully allow also source, your guides, and the divine light, the divine beings of the highest light, truth, compassion, love, to come in and to heal you. And that's that energy of acceptance, right? Acceptance and trust. And we've been talking about that in the readings. Yes. So, yeah. So the other thing that came, so when I looked up the other definition, it was so beautiful. I had to write it down and I wanted to share it with you guys because I feel like it almost sums up the whole dream and the whole of everything that you've been going through. And I feel like a lot of this is just like confirmation, because you need to be seen. All right. You need to be recognized for who you truly are, your gifts, your talents, your experience. All right. Your knowledge, and not on an earthly level, okay, on a spiritual level, on a goddess level, all right, on this energy of, I have worked so freaking hard to become the epitome of unconditional love, right? Working on your own self, saying, okay, if I'm judging another, that means I'm judging myself. Stop judging another. Stop judging myself. Now the gates of abundance have opened unto me. You know what I mean? So it's this, you're about to be rewarded. And actually, I saw the word redemption and it made me stop. And I was like, oh, Here it comes. Open it up. So this is also anything that's blocking your heart from truly being able to manifest your dreams. Like, if it's not in your heart space, it's not coming. It's not coming. It's not coming. And when I say it like that, because you're chosen, all right? So if your intention is not set with the highest intention, it's not coming, because you're chosen. You have this unbelievable power that has been activated within you, all right? Amplified. Okay, that's like kind of like like a difference, you know what I mean? Yeah. So yes, and also too, the other part of it is that you've done this multiple times. All right, you helped colonies to manifest their greatest community, the greatest life, you know, bring people into unconditional love, and to clear out all illusions and delusions, right? All untruths, that type of energy. So it says, chrysalis, a transitional state. She emerged from the chrysalis of consciousness, adolescence. All right, I feel like I'm missing a word, but I just felt like it was so beautiful because it's like emerged, you know, from the chrysalis of self-conscious adolescence. There it is. There it is. Oh, so beautiful. I can feel it, you know. It's like, if you guys have watched The Wiz, it's the black version of The Wizard of Oz. And at the time when the Wicked Witch is killed, they're working in like a sweatshop. And when she's killed, they like unzip their bodies that they have on. They have on like these big fat suits, like sweatsuits, right? They unzip it, and they're like these beautiful beings, but it's this energy of they're happy, they're joyful, they're dancing, you know, they have a new lease on life. It's just so powerful, so beautiful, radiating, magnetic, glowing. Okay, this is going to be your energy at the end of this. This is you as your higher self. Okay, and also, let me see. What came in is also in the word awe. All right, the AH, what came in was its unbirthed essence of emptiness. Awe is where spirit comes from. Awe is uncreated and is therefore the source of all. All right, so remember, we started out with that in the beginning. My daughter's name starts with the A as well, okay, which is so interesting. All right, since it's the first letter in the Sanskrit alphabet, starts with A as well as the English alphabet. I didn't do any research on any other dialects, okay, guys? This is where my higher self is leading me to get the answers to help decode the dream. And I wasn't sure if I was going to share this. I was like, I don't know, you know, but I ended up looking at what the time was, and the time was 9:27. So that's 99, and that's my code for nothing is missing. So, you know, move forward. And then when I was looking at the book on the phone, I saw that the last chapter of the book, the Phoenix, the 8 rites of passage to enduring transformation. All right, I saw that the very last chapter started on page 99, which gives us 4 9s. I was like, okay, I will share the reading. So I was like, all right, I will share what I found with you guys in hopes that it answers questions and it provides confirmation for you. Also, you know, that you received activation and clearing during this time as well, and just a sense of peace and knowing that the others that are going through the same thing that you're going through, it's about to come to an end. Like, the last cycle is almost completed, and we are really about to manifest heaven on earth every single day, and share that with the world, okay, with humanity, and also teach people how to do that for themselves as well. Help people come out of bondage, all right, and into their heart, into unconditional love. So yeah, I'm tired. I'm not, guys, and I'm also getting it's a quitting time. All right. Yes. Yeah. They've turned off the light on the scoreboard. It is time to go home. It's time to know. Like, yeah. So, yeah, I can't wait to see you guys' comments to this as well, to see how it hit for you, and also what interpretations you might have may have received during the reading. And then also if you guys watch it back, or you journal certain things and you come back to it and you receive downloads around it as well, which will be super interesting to see how the dominoes fall, right? Yes, yes, and yes. Yeah. And I'm actually, they're showing me the dominoes falling in a spiral. All right. So Fibonacci sequence energy coming through and that kind of thing, you know. Which we could talk forever on that too. So, but we're going to end it right here. And yes, I wish you guys a great night, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. And we're closing all of the portals, okay, right now to your collective. And if anyone wishes to still stay in the energy of the Holy Spirit, by all means, we just redirect that over to you, okay? Yes, yes, and yes. All right, guys. So I'm definitely going to have to watch this because I was channeling a lot and I'm already like forgetting stuff. So yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.